Welcome to the official Business and Lifestyle Legends podcast. Real life stories, exciting interviews, and a lot of knowledge to change your life. And here is your host of today's episode, Ben Schneider.
Hey guys, welcome to this episode. Today, my guest is Habib Orya from Afghanistan. He is a public speaker, he's an entrepreneur, and he's a very interesting guest today for us because for me, as a German guy, it's very special to talk to someone from Afghanistan because you guys need to know the media here in Germany, they only show us Afghanistan like there's a war everywhere and only crime and only dead people and only bombs and nothing else. But for sure, there is a lot of something else possible in Afghanistan. And I'm very happy to have Habib Orya today here to tell us a little bit about the situation there, about how it is to be an entrepreneur in Afghanistan, how it is to be a speaker there, and what it's all about to start a business in a country like Afghanistan. So, welcome, Habib. Glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Benjamin. I am so glad that today I'm here as a guest. Uh, Mr.
So,
Benjamin, yeah,
let us participate a little bit on the things I started with. How is it to start a business in Afghanistan? Because, as I mentioned, and that's no joke, here in Germany, the media only show us Afghanistan is full of bombs, full of crime, full of death people. There is nothing else. It's only war there. So, how is it really?
Mr. Benjamin, I would like to say that I always say I could to all people here and outside the country that wherever you see a risk, wherever you see insecurity, there is a challenge, there is opportunity. So the one will be brave enough to grab the opportunity from the place where there are many insecurity, where there are many issues that others can't. So in Afghanistan right now, I agree that there are many insecurity, many challenges that we are tackling with. But still, there are people, there are youngsters, teenagers who are very passionate about being entrepreneurs and being risk takers in Afghanistan. And I've experienced it, and there are many fellow friends that who are entrepreneurs and are working and creating jobs inside the country. And I'm having the honor to be one of them.
That's awesome, man. Is there let me ask, like, if there is a lot of money in Afghanistan? Because is it the question is following, is it possible to create a lot of money or to start the own business if you only do business inside Afghanistan, or is it like you need to go outside, you need to go worldwide to earn some money because Afghanistan itself is more like a poor country? Is it like that, or is it 100% possible to build a business if you're doing only business inside
Uh,
Afghanistan?
That's a good question, Benjamin. I think every country has its own opportunity, its own money, because wherever humans are living, there's opportunity of doing business. Because human needs something, humans want something. Because the definition of market itself says that wherever you live you can earn if you have an idea, if you build something new so that people may gain, so that people may have interest in it. Of course, we have over 20 billion GDP, annual GDP in Afghanistan, so there are a lot of opportunity for earning money and becoming rich. So of course, whoever, everybody, every individual who are interested, who have creative ideas, they can earn money, they can be market leaders. I agree.
Okay, and so you are an entrepreneur and a public speaker. Um, let us know something about your business. How did you start? What did you start? What is your business? And how did you start? Because I think for maybe people like you, it's way harder to start a business as in comparison to people like from Europe or from the US, because just of the starting conditions.
This is a very good question and very challenging question. For the first time that I decided to be an entrepreneur, before that, as my major concern, that I studied business administration. So my first job was working as marketing manager in inside Afghanistan. So I experienced in many big industries and many big company, international company, as manager, as an executive in marketing field. So since I realized that, okay, when you find, when you can grow others business, when you can bring changes to others business, so why don't you start yourself? So I asked myself this question. So the first time, the entrepreneurship concept within me started from the same definition, that okay, why don't you start yourself? So I started myself. I found out that there are many companies that are in need of uh, electronic devices. There are people, there are consumers, there are markets for electronic devices such as security camera. So I started security cameras business and other electronic devices inside Afghanistan, which is technology. So I started from the zero. You wouldn't believe it. I started from $100 on 2016. So $100 is not that much, that much budget that you should start. But by help of friends, by collecting, by crowdfunding, I could make it considerable amount for starting my business. So I started it with one person, only one deliverer, and one technician man, and we reached to 20 people. You won't believe that. So today we are about 20 people in our business. So we make a lot of money. So that's considerable. So uh, I think initially it was very tough for us. Uh, the market was tough. The competitors were there. Many other challenges were there. I couldn't find the people who are much specialized uh, within the field that I was looking for. That was very much a challenge for me in the first place. Secondly, comparing with some of the companies who were big initially was very much tough for me. So what I did, so I scrutinized each market, and I found out that who are the potential customer, who are the prospectives, so how I can approach them. So through online way, through uh, Facebook, Instagram, so I did it. We did it. Our team did it. So I think if you go with the trend of war, if you continue your idea with the technology trend, you can definitely win today in today's world. And that is what our team believes and what we believe.
Great, awesome, awesome sharing your story with us. Let me go a little bit back on this. You mentioned you were starting by $100 with only one guy. So from the $100 you were starting, I think it was 4 years ago. To get an imagine of your business, how many dollars in sales are you creating this time? So 4 years later, from the $100 to how many dollars are you creating in sales per
Right
month, for
now,
example?
right now, our average sales is daily wise about $1,000. Sometimes $800 up to $1,000 to $2,000. It depends upon the market, upon the customer. So sometimes when we get big contracts of these security cameras and other electronics devices for some of the projects, our sales increase so much, like we around $5,000, or monthly we can say 50,000 $50,000. It depends upon the project if you get it. Otherwise, the routine sales is $1,000 to $2,000 daily wise. So we are happy and we are working hard to make it more.
Okay, okay, great. And so, interesting fact, by the way, guys, for our listeners, is it's all around the world the same. So you need to provide value for your clients, for your customers. If you are able to provide value, then you could run your own business. You can start your own business no matter if you're living in Afghanistan, the Philippines, Germany, Europe, all over the world. It doesn't matter where you are. It matters what you can do for your potential customer.
Exactly.
This is always the same. No matter how your conditions be, no matter how many money you have, or how much money you have, it's only about the value. Are you able to create a win-win situation?
Mhm.
Then you're able to start your own business. So, because I think, let me know your perspective on this. But I think, and this is not a German view. I think it never has been easier to start a website as in
Mhm.
2020. It never has been easier to get outreach to people. So
Mhm.
imagine 10 years ago, running a website was very specific HTML and CSS stuff, and you don't need all that stuff. You don't need to develop anything. You can run a WordPress website, getting Elementor or something like that, and can do it by yourself within 1 day. So it's not that easy. Also, if you want to have some outreach, for example, by LinkedIn, running a podcast, TikTok, or anything, you just need a smartphone, record yourself, say something valuable, and people are able to like it. So maybe they won't, but they are able to. So 10 years ago, that's what was not possible, because,
Exactly.
for example, you would need it to run commercial ads on TV, and this was not affordable. But today you can run ads for little money, or doing it without ads. So what is your perspective on this?
Uh, Benjamin, I always say that it depends upon the product that you're selling. And as you said, it depends upon the idea that you're implementing each time, that you have to create, as you said, win-win situation for the customer as well as for you. So if you do not have a great idea, the distinctive idea with the major product that is in need in market, any amount you spend on advertisement, whatever you do in social media, nothing, nothing will be the consequences for yourselves. So, but this is what I believe, that as an entrepreneur, you have to think that your product has to be very distinctive and has to have its own demand inside the market. So it has to be necessity. Maybe luxury products as well. So it depends upon your capabilities and your abilities, that how you are bringing attention of consumer to your product as well in advertisement. So first of all, I would say, in the first place, product and idea itself is important. But in the second place, I would say that, of course, advertisement is important. So when you are creating a new idea and bringing a new product inside the market, which is necessity, you're creating a win-win situation, both for the customers as well for you, because customers are in need for that product, and you're the person who are earning from that product by making sales. So I agree on that. Uh, to conclude this question, I would say if your product and your idea wouldn't be a unique advertisement, wouldn't bring any changes in your sales trend. Never would gonna happen. This your sales never gonna grow. So first of all, your product and idea is important. I hope I answered the
Sure.
question.
Yeah, sure. In my view, the idea is important for sure, but if you don't have the capability to sell your idea, it's worthless. So it's the idea, sure, and it has to be unique and it has to be better than the competitors. But the marketing part is also important. The branding part is important. You need to have a proper brand, and if you have maybe a product that is not that good as the competitor's product, but you make it happen that people like you and like the company, and you get a lot of outreach to people, then maybe you can make it happen to be better than the competitor market. uh, you don't have the better product, but you have the better marketing. So in my view, that's only my view. The product is not the 100% thing. It's better to have or it's not better for sure. The product is important, but you need to have a good marketing for your product. I think that's
That
the key.
is
The key is, in
that
my
is that
perspective,
is yeah, that
always
is
marketing.
important. That is important, Mr. Benjamin. I agree on that. But I can give you a very live example today that Samsung and iPhone. You see, uh, the moment the new version of iPhone is coming to the market, everyone is trying to have one iPhone, but nobody is seeking the for Samsung new versions. Uh, there might be people who are seeking for a new version of Samsung, but not as much as they are looking for iPhones. So, in the first place, the customer experience is important from the product. When you have a good experience from a customers, from consumers that they're using from your product, definitely that's a lot for you because consumer itself, they are they are just advertising your product to one another. They say the most important thing in business is more word of mouth. So when you create a word of mouth inside customers, that's a lot for your business. Now iPhone has created this thing that people are making are raising and saying to one another and gossiping about iPhones more than Samsungs in today's world. So, because they say picture talks louder than words, now product talks louder than advertisement. So, experience is very much important in the first place. And of course, advertisement is part of it. Uh, in the first place, product is important because if you have a lot of advertisement for your product that is not usable, that is not as competitive, that is not well functioned, that doesn't have a good features, in the end, what will happen when the customer is getting that product? They will not have a good. You might have a good sales in temporary trend, but in the long run, you will not have a good sales. You will not reach to your target market. So, I think in the first place, product is very much important, and advertisement comes after the product is well featured and well functioned.
Sure. So you, for sure, I think we are on the same page that the product has to be good.
Yeah,
If you have a bad
exactly.
product, for sure, you will not have that word of mouth that you were speaking on. For sure, definitely. Um, what do you think about the social media platforms on a global view? Which one do you think it's the most important social media platform for entrepreneurs? Do you think it's LinkedIn, or do you think maybe people should have a look on TikTok or being still on Facebook?
I think currently the most wanted social media platform is, first of all, in my view, is Instagram. Yeah, uh, LinkedIn is also fine. The other platforms is also fine, but it depends upon the business. That which business are you running? If you're, for example, if you have a software developing business, LinkedIn is good approach for you. But if you have a mass product that is everyone is using that, uh, Facebook is good for you. But if you are going for a business, if your business is for teenagers and youngsters, that are consumable goods, so Instagram is good. So it depends upon the business, that which business you're running, and based on your business, you can choose which social media platform you have to choose. So for my business, I think as it is mass product, I preferred Facebook and Instagram. Also, recently our activity started in LinkedIn as well, but I found my perspectives, I found my potential demand inside the Instagram and Facebook. There are many users in there that are in need of, in our region. We have experienced that Facebook and Instagram gave us a good result as compared to other platforms. So in the first place, knowing your business and knowing the audience is very much important. Uh, Whoever is uh, running their business, they has to know that the audience of social media, who are they? So because the advertisement is important, they are spending a huge amount of money, so their money shouldn't be wasted on the people that they are not the consumers, the audience that they are not the potentials. So it depends upon the business, which business are you running.
Do you have? Okay, yeah, definitely agree with that. Do you have a social media manager in your company?
Yeah, of course.
So, are you working with remote workers, or are they all in house in your office?
Actually, we have an office. We are working under one room and one roof, so they are not in remote areas. Uh, but recently, as a threat of COVID-19, we are not working in the same place. Everyone is working from home.
So, but you're not working with remote workers from other countries or something like that.
Not yet, because we haven't decided to open a new branch to other countries. So once we found out that our product as demand in other countries, in other regions, so we may definitely open our new branch in some of the countries in uh, Middle East, and we are going to hire someone.
Okay, okay. From the entrepreneur side, what is the salary for example, a designer full time working in Afghanistan? How many are these people earning?
It's between 200 to $400 per month USD
Okay,
dollar. So it differs according to the experience of the designer who are working. If he is if he or she is a well well qualified for the job. Like he knew many function of the designing. He knew how to design, how to design a picture, uh, um, how to make clips and other things. It depends upon the qualification of designer as well. But the average salary per month is 200 to 400 USD dollar.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Is there any story you can share with us from your business, from your life as an entrepreneur? Something you have experienced that was really weird or really funny, or something happened that you have never expected from a situation? Or is there any story you can share with us?
Um, of course, life is full of story, and even now that we are talking, it's a story. It will remain for the rest of our life. Uh, uh, Let me tell you a very short story about one of my clients that I was once upon a time I was working as market development officer in his organization. That company was very big company and had its own fame inside the market. So uh, I learned a lot of things inside that country. I learned inside that company. I learned a lot in that. So I never had a dream of one day that this same company will be my client in the future. So this is a good story for me that today I am having the honor of uh, being one of the supplier of that company, and that company is my client. The same people as me are working there as market developers, are working there as employee, and I'm dealing with them. But 2 years ago, I was an employee there. But this is a good story. Uh, our boss was always saying that one day one of you will be entrepreneurs. He was a good man. He was a great man. He was always encouraging us to have our own businesses. So it happened to me, and it's a great honor to me.
So basically, I'm not sure if that happens to you or you were working for it. This is more the definition I would say, because I think nothing happens from nothing. It's not falling from the sky, and you are an entrepreneur. So you definitely worked for it. You were fighting for it. Maybe you were struggling at the beginning. So that's how you're going to be an entrepreneur. Is there anything to sum up this podcast, to sum up that interview at the end, you would like to say to our audience?
Of course, there are many things that I would like to say to audiences. First of all, I would say that to audiences, if you're listening to me, be clear about your goals. You have to do three things in your life. First of all, read as much as you can, because whenever you're reading something, whenever you're reading a book or something, your your mind clicks. Uh, you get a lot of idea out of that book. So, secondly, what I want to say to the audience is that you have to surround yourself with the most influential people around. Because when you're reading something and you're getting something, and in the second place, you have to surround yourself with the people who are influencing you for reaching what you're desiring. And the main thing that what I want to say is that you have to have your clear purpose in life. If you have a job, if you do whatever you do in life, you have to be clear about it. Unless you do not be clear in your life, you will be so much stressed. You will not earn as much as you're expected. You will not be happy. You will not do anything what you want in life. So all the times you will regret. So it's important as an entrepreneur. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to think different, and you have to motivate yourself all the time that you can. You have to learn the skills of being an entrepreneur. Those skills, you can find them through books, through histories of great people like Steve Jobs and many other entrepreneurs who did it. So you can do that as well. So I would say that for the records, uh, I would say if anybody wants to succeed in life, they have to uh, they have to at least experience entrepreneurship once in life. Believe it or not, once you experience your own business, once you experience entrepreneurship in your life, being entrepreneur, you will never get back to your job. You never feel, and you never want to be an employee, a subordinate of someone else, because this is a free world. It gives you the freedom of choice. It gives you the feeling of being yourself. It's so much important to be entrepreneur, and it's so much important to have your own freedom in life. That is my idea, and that is my perspective to everyone.
So that's definitely good words to sum up that interview. Thanks, Habib, for being here, for being our guest today. I think that was a very valuable podcast. I hope you guys liked that. And yeah, it would be awesome if you would be there next time in the next episode. We have Aaron with us. Aaron is a award winning filmmaker and astrophotograph. And yeah, be with us there. It's a very exciting story again, how to be a photographer, how to be a filmmaker, and how you win an award with that. Thanks, Habib, for being here, and wish you all the best
Thank you
for the
for having me.
future.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Benjamin. I'm so glad to be
Bye
here
bye.
today.
See you guys in the next episode.
Thank you. Thank you.